This is lesson 10.3.3, and this is just another example for problem 10.132. So if you remember from the last video, this is the problem, the inequality that we solved. Now I just want to show you something else. If instead of this greater than sign being here, let's pretend that's now a less than sign, and let's see how that looks different from the last example that we did. All right, so in this case, I just set up my number line here. So if you remember when we did the last one, we were looking for numbers that were more than 3 units away from 0 in either direction, okay? Now in this case, we are looking for numbers that are less than 3 units away from 0 instead of more than. So less than 3 units away from 0 would be things going this direction, right? And if they're more than 3 units, less than 3 units away on the other side of this, we would have something that looks like this. Okay, so the numbers, let me just redraw this. So the numbers here that would be less than 3 units away from 0 on either side, to the right or the left, would be those numbers in between -3 and 3. Okay, so we would need to do the same thing we did on the last and set ourselves up with 2 different inequalities to solve. So again, we take what's inside of the absolute value, so x minus 2. And now to show this side of it, I'm looking for numbers that are less than 3. All right. And to show the other side of it, so again, I take what's inside of my absolute value, and now I need to show this side of it. So I'm looking for numbers now that are greater than -3, okay? So then I'll go ahead and solve these, just like we did in the last problem. So I get x is greater than -1, and x is less than 5, okay? So now I have, I can rewrite this a different way. So I have x can be the numbers in between -1 and 5, okay? So x is greater than -1 would look like this, right? If I start by reading with the x, I have that x is greater than -1 and x is less than 5. All right, so if I were to graph those solutions on a number line, again, I do not have the equals to sign underneath my inequality, underneath my less than signs or greater than signs. So I just have an open circle, and my smallest boundary point is -1. My biggest boundary point is 5, and x can be anything between those. So my solution would look like this. Okay, so again, just to kind of review what's different between this and the last problem. On this problem, we were looking for those numbers that were less than 3. So we are looking for numbers between -3 and 3. And on the previous problem, in the last example, we were looking for numbers that were greater than 3 or more than 3 units away from 0. So that's why in the last problem, our solutions were out to the sides. Okay.